and I'm like, man, I really like selling products. And that's how it kind of all started.
And so since then, you got to 250 locations and you didn't do it one at a time, right? So I love that because, here at Transworld, we talk to companies all the time about acquiring other companies, and you've done that.
You know what's crazy? Like our first 2 locations I just talked about, we inquired from other people. And then we opened up another location inside that mall, another location inside that mall, another location. And these were all brand new locations. And it took us another 10 years to inquire another company. And that's something I look back and say to myself, why didn't I do that more? And that's one of the things, like if you're out there looking for a business, maybe don't start from scratch. There's somebody out there doing it, and they want to get out. Go look and buy.
Well, your first one was like that too.
Yeah, that's how our first one started.
Right.
And then 10 years later, we did it again. But why did it take us 10 years to do that?
Right.
And ever since we've done that next inquirer, we went from 70 stores to 110 stores to now 250, all because we inquired that other brand. And it's been a couple brands since then.
Yeah, since then.
And we've adapted some of the things that we weren't doing to our company, which have really, really helped us grow. Because one thing that I've learned as we started at the very beginning, just selling accessories and fixing devices, you have to adapt or you're going to fall. And because we absorbed these other companies, we adapted some of their traits, which really helped us grow.
Well, let's talk about adapting, because I think that's the other thing that impressed me about you and your story and your company and visiting your headquarters. You have adapted some incredible systems into serving your franchisees and helping them serve so you've brought in some AI into your company.
Yeah, you got to bring AI into your company right now. I mean, if you're not, you're falling way behind.
Right.
And I know, look, you don't need it in every aspect of your business.
Right.
But you need it in a good 30% of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
At our, this is at our particular franchise. We're not working 24/7. Nobody is. But the AI is working 24/7. So maybe a customer calls you at 9 o'clock at night and your store's not open. Well, you have the AI pick up, and it's first come, first serve when it comes to a phone call, right? Whoever picks up first, whoever calls that follow back up first is probably going to win that customer. And so the AI helps with that process. And so we use it a lot on missed calls, on maybe you got 4 or 5 customers in front of you, you can't answer that phone, you let the AI do it.
Right.
And that has been pretty incredible. And we've done that on not just the retail side, because that's what we are, retail, but we're also a franchisor. And we're doing that on the franchisor side, where our team members and our franchise partners, if you will, do their audits based off AI too as well.
Right.
Which has been great.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the texts that you put into place, or one of the stats that you had was like, it calls somebody back 18 times or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 18 times, maybe not that much.
I forget how many times it was. It was,
but yeah, no, we do. You have to be, in any business that you're in, your follow-up game needs to be strong, and your points of contact have to be strong. I mean, it's going to take you, maybe not in every industry, but a lot of industries, 4 to 5 to 6 times to close that opportunity. And in bigger ticket items, it's going to even take more. So that follow-up game needs to be there, out of sight, out of mind, right? So we make sure that when that customer sets up an appointment 10 minutes before, hey, just checking in to see if you're on your way. They don't show up 20 minutes afterwards, just checking in. Is everything all right? They don't check in. The next day we hit them. You know what I mean? So that follow-up is important. And we've seen a 50% conversion rate because of this follow-up, where before it was the stores doing it, the team members doing it. And you can't, some days you're crushing it. You're busy. You can't do the follow-up, right, but the AI can. So we've seen store sales double just because of this AI.
And you're helping your franchisees be successful, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's always been the hardest part for us, was getting the franchisees to do these follow-ups, because it's tedious. It's very tedious, and it takes time, and not everybody's able to accept a no sometimes, right?
Right.
But the AI is. So they follow the system that we put into place, right?
Right.
How to answer the phone call, how to follow up, what are the questions you ask, and the AI is not going to mess up. Where, maybe that team member, that franchise partner's had a bad day.
Right.
You get it.
Right.
And so, they love it. They were skeptical at first, but now they see, sales trumps everything, and that wakes them up. So,
yeah. Well, obviously you're a great motivator. What motivates you? What's brought you, here? I mean, obviously being a son of a single mom and watching her struggle and wanting to be successful, what kind of motivates you, or how do you motivate the people in the system?
Yeah, I think every couple years, my motivation changes.
Hmm.
Right. And I think for the most of us, same thing. I think at the very beginning, what motivated me was money, right? I
Right.
was young and I wanted to get the money, and make money. And as I turned into a franchise, what motivated me was seeing my team members turn into franchises and then buy their own house because of it,
Mm.
raise 2 kids because of it, and are still in the system because of it.
Right.
And that was a super motivated. So I wanted to pour myself into these franchise partners because I knew they were trying to do what I did, 17 years ago, right?
Right.
And now it's just in my eyes, I just want to continue to give back to them because they've given so much to me. So I just try to pour into them as much as I possibly can. And I make mistakes, obviously.
We all do.
Yeah, like we all do. But that's my motivator is just to continue to grow the company as we continue to do and bring more opportunities to these communities to make these stores successful.
And you've done that. And it's literally a tech-based business. I mean, what trends do you see in the technology world other than AI, or along with AI? What do you see coming down the pike? I mean, you've been doing so much, obviously, and then talk about a little bit about how you're helping some companies and being their tech partner.
Yeah. I see recycling a big part of our play now. We're doing a lot of buyback. I mean, all this equipment that we have in this room right now, we have 2 cameras, 2 computers, got a bunch of stuff in here. We buy back anything with a power button. In the past, we would be tossing that stuff out, throwing it into landfills,
Right.
and just destroying, our earth, which
Right.
we all live here.
Right.
So we're keeping that stuff out of there. We're second handing it. We're reselling it. We're making sure it's staying out of the landfills. And that's really a big push for us. So we buy back anything with a power button. You name it, we recycle it and we make sure it's out of the landfill. So that's a big, big move for us right now.
They don't call them rare earth minerals for nothing, right? So they're rare. And I do see in the future a huge recycling industry. Even just taking the bits and pieces out and recycling it.
And we're doing that at headquarters right now. Not all of our stores are doing the volume that we're doing at our headquarters because we want to perfect the model.
Right.
But they are buying back the product. If you go onto our website, techycompany.com, you'll see that we sell and we buy back anything with a power button, and it's all listed right there. It gives you a transparent price right off the top. You can have a drawer of stuff that could be $500 worth of stuff just sitting in your house. So, but we're going even bigger with it, where we're breaking down the components. I mean, you get we just bought back 25 VCRs, you know what I mean? DVD players, and you'd be surprised. There's gold inside of those things. So when you really start breaking it down, it's still worth stuff. So
right.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love upcycling or recycling.
Yeah.
I think it's essential for, like you said, the future. I mean, I actually believe, and I don't know if this is going to be true, there's going to be an industry someday of deconstructing the landfills and taking things out of it and recycling.
Yeah, it's crazy because you hear some of these stats about just how the stuff does not.
No, it doesn't decay. And then the hard part would be the labor. You can't send somebody into a landfill, but you could send robots in.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that too, like, the robots and things like that coming out.
Yeah, we're doing some of that inside of our stores, where we have a big screen and you have a person on the screen, and when the customer walks through the door, it recognizes them. Hey, it's a great day at Techy. What information can I get for you today? And it's actually a person on a screen interacting, a hologram, if you will, interacting with the customer. So we're doing that too as well. And I think not every business could do that, but I think because we're Techy, people expect that kind of stuff from us.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty cool too as well.
Well, speaking of expectations, as you grow Techy and as you get more young people involved, what advice do you have for young people or the people that join